Show with our very special guest star, Mr. Steve Martin.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the light. It's time to meet the Muppet on the Muppet Show tonight.
It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to get things started.
I like the old opening better.
It's time to get things started on the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, motivational.
This is what we call the Muppet Show! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into our wonderful get-together. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we made it. But boy, howdy, have we made it. We have bust January wide open here on Let's Talk Oconee SC. We've got so much to get to tonight. And, of course, tonight we actually have is that the Food Lion paper? Yes,
it
we
is.
have the grocery list tonight from Food Lion. But before we go any further in telling you what's going to happen on tonight's show, just wanted to let you know that there's a new podcast coming, Rainey.
I saw that, man. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Well, give us just a little bit of time here in the show this evening, and we're going to give the listeners a little taste of this new podcast.
Oh, yeah, that would be
awesome. I think that would be the greatest thing that we could ever do here.
Just
here
the
on
facts,
the program,
man.
Just the facts. That's right. Nothing but pure T facts. Oh, let's see here. We already have a bunch of folks checking in. If you hear that, that is the Let's Talk Oconee number.
All right.
For folks to be able to call in and talk to us.
Jeff, aren't you going to introduce us?
Not yet. 864-973-7559. If you want to text that number, if you have a question or a comment, if you want to email the show, you can do that at letstalkoconee@gmail.com. But the number, if you want to text us in the studio, 864-973-7559. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is Yerba.
Hello. Wait a minute.
I caught him off guard. He was playing with himself. What are you doing?
Hold on. Hey, what happened? Hey, here you go.
You can't read it. It's too bright.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can read it.
Yeah, you can read it.
Thank you.
I can tell you what. That's not in the Food Line ad.
No, definitely not.
Neither are eggs because they ain't on sale right now.
Well, Kathy, it's the new year, and I know that you feel a little bit under the weather here the last few days.
Yeah, we've been sick. It's been not so hot. Yep.
And then Rainey, you've been jet setting around the world.
Yeah, how have you been, Kathy? Are the boys, are they better?
They come and they go. They have, moments where we think when they'll take a 3-hour nap. So, it's back to
we sure do hope you get feeling better quick.
We do too. We're ready for some normalcy, but it could have been worse. Grateful that things are moving along.
That's for sure. Yeah, Jeff, I've been 6,000 miles in 3 weeks. I got home from Texas. I ain't been in my truck since Saturday. Just didn't even want to go near it. Sick of that thing. I mean, I'm getting ready to go trade it for a Chevy. That's how bad it is.
Well, you at least spit your tea out this evening, so you're going to have to clean that up.
Now.
Yeah, you're going to do a little clean up on that.
But when that guy said he's coming for conservatives, I was like, man, or not the conservatives. What did he say? The lake people or whatever. All I could imagine is one of them ladies over there shaking in her slippers at the lake. Oh, he's coming for me, clutching the pearls.
Oh, shit.
Spilling caviar all over the place. I just, my God, it's terrifying. But it's just going to be the facts. So that'll be good to hear. Hopefully he gets them right.
Mhm.
So they're wearing the slippers of all these progressive elitists. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. He's coming for you, chicken soup noodle eaters, chicken noodle soup eaters.
Wow.
You know, he had that free bacon paper. What
What'd you say?
I said,
Is that the OCC mating call?
No, that's my response to Randy and the lake people. You got anything more to say about the lake people?
well, no, but what was really funny is Jeff was over here. Jeff was over here trolling that one big fat douchebag's Facebook page and a big old picture of him, and it was a video in his OP shirt. And I saw his mouth moving, and he was making that racket. It was the funniest thing ever. I like to pee on myself. If I had to get me one of them diapers. Goodness gracious. So
I don't know. Apparently, there's some upset people in Oconee County concerning a video that person has posted. About
what?
Lying piece of crap.
Oh, who said
I haven't seen it. I was just looking. I haven't seen it, so I
Which
can't comment.
lying piece of crap put that up? And what is it now?
Your best friend,
the one that wears the Ocean Pacific Plastic Company shirt.
Yeah.
Who, Penelope?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. I haven't seen it. So.
What about Lucy?
Well, Lucy's the one that is doing the new podcast on Friday. He said he wanted to have it ready by last Friday. He didn't get it together. But he
I
doesn't
wonder if it'll take him 6 or 7 times to get it done right, like McCarthy.
Goodness gracious! I tell you what.
Well, now you talk about that, but hey, we've got our own problems with that here at home.
Right?
Yeah, I know.
Obstinate seems to be the far right cry right now. Can't get along or go along with those folks.
Lewis Collins.
What's that?
I'm a member of the Oconee County Conservatives, and I'm starting a podcast called the Oconee Conservative Corner. That's what you see this being posted on. There's no one, it has no followers, it has no likes right now, but I'm going live anyway, starting from the ground and working my way up.
Wow, is he going national?
Hold on.
Is not necessarily what everybody wants to hear, because what I'm going to tell you is the truth. I'm going to give you facts based off of research that I've done. I'm going to tell you things that are not comfortable, and that's okay. Oftentimes in my write-ups,
This
and
chair
things
is
that I
not
do,
comfortable.
I go and I reference things that my dad has told me growing up, and one of the things that he always told me was truth hurts, but it's still the truth. And I'm going to tell you the truth. You may not like me for it. That's okay. I'm comfortable with that. But I'm going to tell you the truth. And so I had planned to record and post the first podcast this coming Friday. I'm not going to make that deadline, but I'm going to work to make it next Friday. And the reason for that is because you don't deserve a half-done job. I'm going to do it right. It's going to be professional, and I'm not chasing rabbits. I'm hitting the real issues that you want to know about. And the hardest hitting thing on the establishment is the truth. And I'm going to give you the truth.
By God, I want the truth.
And nothing but
the damn truth. I want the truth, damn it.
Well, here's the thing. Why not? If you're doing research and what you were brought up to believe and what your family beliefs were, and this and that, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to knock anybody for that. You know, everybody has their own code and what they believe, and everybody, you know, everybody's family, you know, your parents, you know, your grandparents, you brought you. Good for you. That's great. Call it the Oconee Conservatives or whatever the name of the blog is. Why? Just call it that and have your blog. Why does it have to be? I don't know. I don't get it. make your own blog. Talk about what you want, your beliefs. Call them your beliefs. It doesn't have to be a movement. Just I don't know. I don't see why everything has to be a. That's just me.
Well, Kathy, I've read his posts, and I look at him and I think, what the hell is he talking about? First of all, it doesn't make any sense. And after all these years, when somebody's telling me they're going to tell me the real truth, typically what that means is I'm going to hear a bunch of bullshit is what I'm going to hear.
Chris, when I was getting my master's there at the Jack Welch Management Institute, that's one of the first things they told us. It said, if first thing you tell me is let me be honest with you, what have you been lying to me this whole other time?
Exactly. And you know what it is? It's based on your track record and reputation.
Right. And if you don't have one, it's hard to get, especially after you've lost it by being affiliated with that group. But I wish him well.
Oh, I do too. I wish him well.
His online paper took off for an hour or two.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can get his podcast up. They give us something to talk about on the show.
Well, you know what? I don't really I don't care about his podcast.
Well, I want to listen to it. I want to hear what they have to say. I want to see how far out of touch with reality they really are.
Well, let me tell you something.
Hush, Chris. Kathy's trying to talk.
Kathy, I can't see your mouth. You got to get down.
Sorry.
There you go.
Sorry.
You got a nice t-shirt.
Can't tell. Well, I can't see my in this. I can just see you guys. So, anyway, so what I was going to say is that I would be more interested in hearing a podcast about his family than a podcast about his Oconee conservatives. I mean, they've got an awesome story. That family does. That's fascinating. Yeah, give us a podcast about that. Because that's
he was doing legacy. That little farming thing for a while. He was doing his raising rabbits and chickens and giving daily updates on that. I don't know. Maybe he got burned out. They weren't. No drama and shit.
That was a huge family, and like I said, with an awesome story about that, man. You would have a huge following. That's a huge legacy. Yeah. Good luck. But yeah, I'm not downing you for anything about that. Just something on your own, dude. I like I said, there's plenty to talk about. Plenty to talk up on the thing. That's my whole thing.
Well, let me give an observation. So we're talking about Lucy, right? He's going to do a podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, him and Penelope were ganging up on me when I was doing an interview online on our page. And he seemed to think it was appropriate to mock me about an anti-Semitic slur. And he said, something along the lines of, yeah, Chris, who melts like ice cream in July, saying it was an anti-Semitic slur. The one that Nick called me in the Journal. So you tell me, what kind of respect do you have for people that think it's funny when you talk about those types of things? Everybody thinks it's a big joke. Do they even know what happened when the Holocaust, that there were children that were actually raped and murdered in the Holocaust, and they think that's funny or something that's to maybe made fun of? Well, you know what? That's BS.
But here's the thing.
Well, that's my whole point.
But Collins is just like that Whoopi Goldberg. She doesn't believe the Holocaust was that bad either. I don't know how he feels, but she said
didn't say that
wasn't racist because
she didn't say that.
You can't see them Jews in the street. Is exactly what she said on the video.
Oh no, fake news.
That's my whole. That's my whole thing, though. Do yourself. Do something on your own. Be saying that's I saw a quote earlier, and I don't have it in front of me. Otherwise, I could give it to you. But it was a person to be alone rather than surround yourself by the wrong people, and that's all I'm saying. Endeavor to do great things even if it means, yeah, do a podcast. Do a podcast about something interesting. Do a podcast, yeah, do something great. More power to, I wouldn't waste my time doing it about the OCC.
But that's the issue. This is where it's going to head. I mean, where the podcast is going to head. So anyway, it's 15 minutes after the hour. And by the way, we still don't have a chairman for Oconee County Council.
Well, isn't that ironic?
Don't you think?
Well, where is the chairman?
Well, it's
suspended.
He definitely is suspended. If you're aware of what happened last night, maybe some of are, maybe you're not. Last night was the first meeting of the county council in 2023, and we had John Elliott take the oath of office once again, along with Don Mize. And then within the first 5 to 10 minutes after the council meeting started at around 6 o'clock, it became how shall I describe it, Rainey? It became a real interesting set of affairs that went down.
Well,
matter of fact,
I think lawyer Lori probably can best describe it as
it's a shit show.
Another edition of Oconee County Council's a shit show. But here's the thing. This planned obstinance that Mize and Glenn Hart have with their cuckolded group, what good did that do for their constituents in the county that need them to work together and get things done? Are they there for their constituents? They're for their club.
I got something I really want to share real quickly. I wanted to make sure I could pull it up, and I can. If you guys and everyone listening will give us just a second, I'm going to share this window here, and I don't want to share that. I want to share. Give me just a second here. I want to do a Chrome tab here. I'm going to play this for you here in for a short bit. You should be able to see this on the screen. This is what happened at the first part of the meeting last night in the Oconee County Council.
No other nomination.
I don't believe we've got audio on that, so we'll go ahead and stop that. Unfortunately, we don't have audio on that, but it was interesting, to say the least. It was interesting.
They just proposed a vote, and then that councilman from District 5 says, "Are we going to vote? Is he even in the room?"
Yeah.
Was he even in the room?
I urge you to go. What you need to do, you can go to your Oconee government on YouTube, and you can watch it for yourself. But it was so interesting that, here it was. They voted, and it was 2-2. We think it's 2-2, but when you just sit there and you do nothing, I mean, is it a vote? Was it really a vote? Is what I'm asking. Was that a vote when you just sit there?
No,
and you don't even acknowledge.
That's not a vote. That's obstinance.
That's
childish behavior. And that's
but what did they? So
no.
What were they voting for?
No, that's childish behavior.
Night
and you should be absolutely embarrassed, Chris, by the way your guy Mize acted up there, because you came around here telling us how he was going to be just an outstanding, upstanding guy because you met him at Food Line and had a chat with him. And I hope you were wholly embarrassed by his actions.
Well, what did he do?
Nothing.
He didn't do anything.
So then when we came to the vice chairman last night, okay, even the vice chairman, Julian Davis, nominated Don Mize for vice chairman. And then nothing happened. They just sit there. So I have this interesting theory. Last night was an opportunity for the OCC to get the keys to the kingdom. And they did not get the keys at all. They left it just sitting there, utterly confused. Nothing happened. So basically, we're going to revert, according to David Root and from the Attorney General's office, which, they hate the Attorney General anyway. We're going to have to stay the same with John Elliott. In the meantime, will continue to be the chairman. There won't be a vice chairman because Paul Kane was the vice chairman. So now that's going to revert to Julian Davis as the vice chairman. Nothing happened last night. It was an utter fail for Oconee County and the government itself.
So you think they didn't know what they were supposed to do, or was something planned, or what?
I'm just be honest with you. There's the keys to the kingdom.
But do you think ignorance is an excuse for those actions?
No, I mean, it's not an excuse for a crime. I guess I'm really kind of surprised. I'm telling you, when I was at the planning meeting, I knew he was listening. When I met him at Food Lion, I told him I meant what I said, and he thanked me, and he said, "You will find out on my own, man." Okay? I took that.
What did you find out?
Well, I took that to believe him that he's going to make his own decisions, whether I agree with him or not, and he's not going to be coached by the other people within the OCC. So I don't know what to say. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed. I'm not surprised with Hart. He's scared of his own shadow. But this is really, this is stupid. I'll tell you what, this is what's going to happen, and I hope everybody's listening. So what you're seeing now is exactly what my fear was, where now you have an entire county paralyzed. So what do you think is going to happen when this hits the papers like it has, and you have businesses that are looking in the area for good jobs for people thinking about relocating? They're going to do exactly what I did when I was on teams that we were stealth looking into places to locate. We look at the paper. No company likes risk when it comes to money. So what these guys are doing they're hosing every one of the constituents, District 2, everybody. And if anybody thinks that they're doing the right thing for the county, let me tell you guys, you haven't even seen what the aftermath's going to be. This is really bad. But hey, you know what? You put them in office. Hey, good luck.
I just want to make this one statement that you heard it here on this program, September of 2022. I made the statement that this is what was going to happen. And I'm going to
you did. And I didn't believe you. I thought nobody would do something that stupid.
Nobody believed me.
Nope.
I mentioned it over and over. I said, this is what's going to happen. We talk about being involved in stuff. I have been a part of Oconee County all my life, and I've sensed the movers and the shakers. I've seen things growing up here. There's nothing like this that's ever happened in Oconee County government. Now, I'm going to go on a far-fetched limb here, and this is something that hit me last night, is what could become the ultimate purpose out of all of this. And I thought about this. There was certain folks within the county a few years back that wanted to push the administrator form of government back out and bring the county supervisor form of government. It's a whole different ballgame when you have an elected county supervisor versus a county administrator, because the way it was set up in Oconee is the power was vested with the supervisor, not the county council. I want you to, and I'm not going to say that's happening, but I want you to think about that. There is a distinct possibility that could be the end result. There's a whole lot of other things that are moving. This is a fluid situation, and it's nowhere near over. We're going to be coming close to budgeting time coming up in March and April. And wait till we get to budget season. We ain't seen nothing yet.
We won't see anything then.
We're not going to see anything then. I mean, if we don't have a budget, yeah.
You know what? Can you imagine? Now, these guys, they're like laughing and high-fiving. Can you imagine what this makes us look like out in the state and every place else? It makes us look like bumbling fools. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, you're talking about a $60 million plus budget. These guys are now playing these little games. I mean, this makes us look stupid. If that's what they wanted to accomplish, and I'm being very objective here. If that's what they wanted to accomplish, they sure accomplished that.
Well, they also
Rookies?
they also accomplished something else too. Let's say, Chris, all of us here, we owned a major corporation, okay, and we were looking to expand, and we had Oconee on the radar. So we come in here, we take a look. First of all, we're looking infrastructure. What does Oconee have? Fee of lieu agreements, all this, and then all of a sudden we sit here and we start reading. They can't even elect a daggum chairman.
Come on now, they wouldn't even have to look that far. When the planning commission spends 2 years trying to identify a junkyard, they know that our county is screwed up.
I mean, seriously. I mean, Chris, you were in the major industry. Your background, if you were given an opportunity to take a look between an area that had what the company needed versus an area that the company doesn't need, there's no infrastructure, there's no organization, and we've got government that don't know what the left and right hand's doing. Would you want to bring your company in there into Oconee?
Well, hey, here's the thing. These guys like to mock my experience, but I got news. I was on a team before I retired. I was on teams that was working on acquisitions, and we would go in and we start looking at infrastructure. Did they have fiber? How much money would we have to spend? And we'd have a list of 15, 20 different locations from a labor perspective. I would come in, if I read something, I've done that before. I did something where I was looking in Texas, and I went in there, and first of all, their infrastructure was horrible. But then I went to a council meeting, I listened to these guys, and literally almost came to blows. I mean, I just left. I was there for 10 minutes, and I walked out. I called my boss. I took him off the list. That's how fast people spending millions of dollars don't have that kind of time. Not at all.
You're exactly right. But again, what's going to happen going forward? We're going to have another meeting here in the next few weeks for county council. We still have there's two major issues that are facing right now. One we'll discuss a little bit later on in the show is Sewer South. But the next issue that's going to be facing that is going to make or break Don Mize, I will tell you this, is going to be what's going to happen with that fire contract. I will tell you this is what's going to happen. Don is in a very bad situation, and I hope that he does listen to the show. I hope he realizes this, because number one, the city of Seneca has asked for an increase to the fire contract. Okay, they've asked for about $1.6 million. So there's two things that's going to happen here. If Don votes no for that fire contract, I guarantee you the following day, brace yourself, in the newspaper or the journal, he will be completely obliterated. That you can take it to the bank. The second thing that's going to happen, if he votes yes for it, our favorite group is going to nail him. So he is in a no-win situation when it comes to that vote, because he's going to have to make a vote. And I want to go into something about voting. And guys, I shared this with you all today. According to Section 2-65 in the Oconee County codes of the ordinances, it talks about a quorum. And of course, we know now with only having 4 members that 3 members of the county council constitutes a quorum for the transaction of official business. But here's something that's interesting in that ordinance too, that all council members, including the council chair, shall vote on all questions, resolutions, and ordinances presented to the council for action. Now, I want to take you back just a little bit, what we witnessed and what happened last night. Do you think that there is an issue with that versus what we saw last night with the two councils, with Don and Glenn just sitting there doing absolutely nothing? They didn't vote. They just sit there. They didn't even acknowledge. They did absolutely nothing. When Julian Davis even made the nomination for Don Mize for vice chair, he didn't even vote for himself.
Why
Nothing.
are they there? Why are they there?
Why?
I mean, they're supposed to represent. If you're not going to vote, you're not representing your district. Wrong?
Well, we had other issues too, Kathy, that last night certain seats as far as committees, they couldn't even vote on those. It was really, to me, an embarrassing. I was very embarrassed last night. I watched majority of it, and I was just sitting here dumbfounded because here it goes. This is exactly what I predicted. I said this would happen. But again, the OCC's wanting this, and last night they had the opportunity to seize the kingdom, and they did not seize the kingdom. Even if Matt Durham comes back, if Glenn Hart had been chairman or Don Mize had been vice chairman, there would have already been everything's in place. Then you would have had Matt back and you would continue. There you go. Everything would be up and running. So my question is, why just sit there and not vote? At least I'll go on the record. If you don't want, say no. But last night, I just watched them. Those two just sit there and didn't even acknowledge. And even Glenn Hart nominated Don Mize. I mean, that's
here's the thing. Here's the thing. They don't want to be in control. They want to be constant disruptions. They don't want to do anything good. They just want to throw rocks at the bad.
You're right. Because the bad's already getting thrown again. One person's already trying to attack Julian Davis again. Right. It's already started.
So, I mean, if you read the District 2 suspended guys newsletter in December, it was all about Julian Davis.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it because Julian Davis is 18 inches taller than he is? They're both bald. I mean, what is it that Julian's got that Matt doesn't have?
Well, it's not only him, but it's also Perry too. Perry's attacking Julian. It's already started again.
But really, I mean, you can tell what Julian has that Perry doesn't. But I'm talking about Matt. I mean,
well, why are you still even offering and you're putting on your newsletter county councilman when you were suspended?
Well, because he doesn't believe that the governor has any authority.
Oh, I forgot. You're right.
Only his.
You know what? Hey guys, these guys. First of all, they don't even know what to do. They're probably scared shitless on what to do. They're not mature. I don't know. You know, first of all, Durham's been suspended. He's been charged with felonies. He might be not guilty. I don't care. But
felony.
Okay, but here's the thing. They're waiting for this guy's not even 40. What has he ever led? Really? I pulled this thing up. Here's a comment he made this summer when he was going to the council. The socialists, the communists, and the globalists, they know that to be successful in taking this country, they have to strip us of our private property rights. What in the hell does that have to do with attracting jobs to a county? That's crazy. That is the maturity level. And then you got Penelope and Lucy and these guys pile on. They don't know what to do. The thing about Julian, you might not agree with Julian. Julian runs a business. Elliot's been a finance guy for a company. They know how this stuff works. They know how companies think. These guys don't. All they want to do is tear crap up and make people in this county that can least afford it suffer. Not having better jobs, not having better benefits, not being able to take care of their families. They sit there and all they're doing is feathering their own nest and running their own personal agendas, thinking that they're showing off for this group, and all they're doing is hurting people. They never had any responsibility.
They misconstrue that they keep talking about the property, and they misconstrue. They even had them come out for that what was it? had to do with the lighting ordinance. And lighting ordinance was geared towards industries and stuff to protect property owners, so that when plants build and when they move in, because we don't have any kind of restrictions, and they come in and they pop these that are going up everywhere. Like, how many DGs does Oconee need? They come up like everywhere. There's no restrictions.
As many as Wayne McCall wants to buy, I'll tell you.
I mean, they go up everywhere. They build them right next to your mama and papa's farmhouse, saying that they had to build some trees around it so it doesn't fluorescent lights. And they convinced all these people to come out and complain about it as infringing on your property rights. All they were trying to do was protect people, not industry. And they get that confused. They get people all worked up into a phone through this stuff and make them think that they're infringing on personal property rights too, and they wind up protecting industries or to protect people. And that's nonsense. I mean, because
right. So
zoning and they're going to wind up, protecting people so that they can freaking porn shop over here next to a preschool instead of protecting a homeowner. Stupid.
So Kathy,
I mean, it's just stupid.
So you could see, which I'm pleased with, it looks like Mize and Jeff are going to have an offline discussion. Do you see that, Jeff?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay, so let me just give Don a message. Don, you're better than this. I know you're better than this. You got to get away from these guys. They are poison. Until I'm counting, I'm hoping. I don't think he shook my hand. He looked me in the eye. I believe him. I think what's happening is
limp ones.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. But he's got some reasoning. He's going to talk to Jeff. Jeff understands how the county runs a lot better than I do. But I do know that these guys are poison, and you get somebody like Mize that's a smart guy. If he can get away, Hart will never do anything. He's going to do whatever these guys tell him. But I think Mize has got a chance where he can maybe disagree with Davis and Elliott, but I think he has a lot to bring to the party. And I'm going to reserve judgment. I just think that I'm very disappointed, but he's got his reasoning, and I think when he talks to Jeff, we'll feel better about it. But I hope to God he does exactly what he told me. He didn't make any commitments. He only told me he was going to be his own man and he was going to make his own decisions and not be influenced. And I believe that. So let's see. Let's see what happens.
Birds of a feather.
I would have been better last night had he stepped up to the plate and accepted at least the vice chairman, because that would have mean he actually that there was a sense of urgency, that there was some caring as an elected official, that he actually takes the opportunity to say, okay, I do care. Let me go ahead. I will step up to the plate. I will take this position. But
maybe his thinking, giving him the benefit of the doubt, was, dudes, I'm just starting. What the hell do I know about being a vice chairman?
Unfortunately, maybe you're thrown to the fire.
Well, maybe, but you say that. You say that to the constituents.
If you don't feel comfortable and you don't feel comfortable taking a vote, you say, it's not time to take a vote yet. You verbalize that. You say, hey, we're not ready.
Exactly, Kathy, exactly.
You say something.
If the man didn't want to lead the county, he should have never got in the ring. He should have never ran if he didn't want to lead the county. If he wasn't prepared to lead the county, he shouldn't have even stepped up.
Well,
if you're not prepared,
I can't disagree there.
I disagree with you.
Okay. Explain, Chris, why you disagree.
There's no training wheels in running an organization. If you don't just get to go be the CEO one day, you got to earn it.
But
He earned it by getting the votes.
Right.
Now,
but this is different.
Now
This
he's
is
choking. Now he's choking. He's sitting up there just like that old man going, my brain don't work. Can you
okay.
repeat?
So Randy, listen,
No.
a lot of these people have never had the benefit of 800 people like you did, but I'm taking this away from Don Mize and I'm going to focus on something else. He ran just like Jeff did because Jeff and Don wanted to give something back to the community. So when I look at this Robert's rules and crap like that, I get confused on that. I mean, I could help make business decisions, but I still have to find my way and fumble my way through. I would tell people, listen, I will help, but I'm in a learning mode for at least 2 months. I got to find my way, then I'll do it. So that's what I'm thinking.
Here's the thing, Chris. They started letting him in executive sessions of the council before the election.
Yeah.
He had his training wheels.
No. Time out. He was able to come into executive session in November after the election had already been done, that he was council elect.
All right. So from November till January,
Right.
he had his 2 months. Try again.
Well, we'll see. I'm only going by, you know what? I'm not saying you're wrong. All I'm saying is I'm not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. At this point, I think it is
in the bath first.
Well, we'll see.
Do something, Don.
I think you need to give it a couple months. But
a couple months, he won't be on the board anymore.
But here's the thing. Give it a couple months. But I think what bothers me the most is that anybody would be betting everything on letting somebody like Durham come back thinking he can lead the council. This kid sits there and puts this crap out there to the council about what the hell, socialists and the Democrats. That is crazy stuff. And it has nothing to do with bringing jobs to this county and providing for people. That I'm retired. I got enough money, but I actually care about people. Jeff cares about people. I think Mize does, but we'll see if it turns out that he was blowing smoke, then he'll deserve the criticism like everybody else. But at this point, I'm gonna reserve it.
I want to say this, and we're going to close this out, and we need to move on. There's other things that we need to talk about. There was several people during the election kind of told me that I didn't know what I was talking about, that I was too young, I didn't have any experience. But you know what? I learned, I researched, I did my homework. I've been involved in this community for many, many years, and I know the movers and shakers. I know what's going on around me. I'm well aware of where Oconee was, where Oconee is, and where Oconee right now has an uncertain future. I don't care. You can argue that point with me till it all comes home. We have, it could tip either way right now with the way things are. It's about the people. For me, it's always been about the people because I hear the stories every day. There's so much going on right now, fluid-wise, that people want to look up to somebody to take a stand and say, I want somebody up there that's looking out and representing me and making sure that my family's protected and they're safe. And last night, I didn't see that. What I saw was a kangaroo, Captain Kangaroo, when no one could sit there and agree, okay, let's do this. Let's move Oconee forward while we've only got 4 people in charge. There's only 4 county council members right now. Let's move forward. Let's take it. Let whatever happened in April happens. If he's acquitted and it goes to trial, blah, blah, and he comes back, then go for it. It's a whole different day. But people want to know that people are in charge. People are looking out. And, he's responsible to 15,000 people in District 3. That's the responsibility that he's responsible for. And I just want to see a little bit more. I wanted to see a little bit more action last night, regardless if it's his first time. You got to hit hey, he was elected to do a job, and that job is to represent the citizens of District 3. And to sit there last night between Glenn, him, and John and Julian, and even Julian nominated, and all this, that, and the other, it's mind-boggling last night, and now we're seeing this in the national side. We can't even get a damn Speaker of the House, for God's sakes.
Well, yeah, but I'm not surprised by that. Let me ask a question, because I don't know if she listens to the show. This Ms. Melendez from Walhalla.
Selena, is that
what district is she? What district is she at?
2. Yeah, that's District 2.
I tell you what, what I've read about her, that is somebody I'd put money behind. That is what we need in this county. She was never flustered when these guys were attacking her. She was very smart and stood her ground. That's what we need. That plus that diversity with our exploding population of Hispanics driving the economy around here. That's exactly what we need.
You know, after last night, after watching that council meeting, I could just hear elitist phones going crazy, calling me. No, listen, hear me out.
All right. I'm listening.
They were calling all their friends in New Jersey and Massachusetts and California and saying, "Hey, you've got to pack your shit and move down here. This county is going to explode. It's going to die. And we're going to be able to rape and pillage. It's going to be just like the second Reconstruction period where all the carpetbaggers come down here and take everything from the locals. It's going to be great." Man, I'm telling you, the phone lines were hopping after that.
I've heard that all my life till I'm sick of it.
No, but I'm telling you right now.
It's the white people.
No, I'm telling you right now.
Wait a minute. We got a post from somebody about what Randy just said. Just look at what that person said.
What did he say? I'm telling you, with no budget and no votes on millage, no votes on adjusting anything going forward, and the county implodes, the November tax sale for 2027
is going to include Oconee County, and Pickens is going to come over here and buy Oconee, and they're going to get it raw. You know,
people like me, and Chris and the other caviar eating chicken.
Don't put me in this thing. All I did was buy a piece of property and moved here.
Yeah, but then you developed it, and you sold some, and you made some money.
You know.
And you took away that one guy. What's his name? Virgil Tibbs guy.
Chief Gillespie.
No, Virgil Tibbs. He was the investigator for in the heat of the night. Yeah, that guy. You took away his property rights. Didn't you get a nasty time about that?
Thank you, Randy. Thank you. Thank you, people. Thank you to all my fans.
But I know you're calling your friends and you're saying, "Get down here. We got a second opportunity to do this. It's going to be 2027 when they've completely steered this whole county away."
Hey, Randy, I hate to tell you this. They don't give a shit. They don't care. And now if they look at this, then they're going to care less. They're going to mock us, so they're not calling saying come down.
I'm just waiting for Pickens County to come in here and take Oconee over because, hey, it happened one time before. Well, all do realize, I don't know, Chris and Randy, you probably don't know this. Kathy May.
Yeah, but we had to give them half of the county.
No, we gave them the Clemson University.
Yeah.
Clemson was actually in Oconee County.
I couldn't imagine the revenue that drives for them.
Was there a civil war?
Huh? Well, actually, what's funny about that, it happened in 1968, and that's the same year back in 1868 that Oconee was formed. The Old Stone Church precinct, and it goes back to that time when we were discussing the integration was happening around here. Old Stone Church, which predominantly was an African-American community, wanted to have their own school, which was in Oconee at the time, and the school district at the time hee-hawed around. They built Ravenel Elementary, and then they didn't like that, and finally it all got together, and they annexed that area, including Clemson, and Clemson University moved into Pickens County in 1968.
Well, if that happens, I'm going to my bug-out place in Long Creek.
Going to your bug-out place.
Over to school for black kids.
Right, because integration was coming.
We lost that revenue for the county.
Yes, because of integration.
Man, They don't think. I hope that nobody around here knows they got black people work for Duke. We'll lose the daggone nuclear generators.
No, I mean, you gotta understand
Golly.
a lot of the stuff as far as integration back,
What in
we
the
didn't
world?
we didn't face a lot of what the major areas faced. But yes, there was issues here in Oconee and Pickens and Anderson County. I mean, we had to integrate schools by 1970 here in Oconee. We had the African American high school was Blue Ridge High School, and it closed its doors in 1969 to integrate with Seneca High School. So yes, we faced that.
Jeff, I don't think anybody knows the history of this area better than you do. Hey, let me give you a history lesson. Do you know why the Confederate flag was flown above the Capitol in Columbia?
No, go ahead, Chris. Tell us.
It went up when the feds were chewing on South Carolina about the Civil Rights Act. It never went up. So what Columbia did, they flew that flag. They didn't do it before. They flew their flag to give the middle finger to the feds. And guess what happened?
Who was it? Who was it, Chris?
Who was?
That's the $1 million question put up.
What is what? I didn't hear you.
Who
Was responsible for that?
Strom Thurmond.
Yeah.
For putting the flag up?
It was Strom Thurmond. That was in the
Thurmond,
1950s.
yes.
That was when he was governor in the 50s. That was right after Brown.
Yeah.
Was it
Strom
Board versus-
Thurmond. Yeah.
He's got some real proud grandchildren, doesn't he?
Well, Johnson
Yes,
was the one
he
that got it. Johnson didn't screw around. But anyway, we're kind of off track.
Real quick though, I got something here. Let's shout out to the Oconee County Sheriff's Department for working so hard to catch the guy that stole my purse today. Not me, but I'm leaving the name out. Right, multiple deputies ran him down, and I was able to get my purse back minus some of the cash. The thief urinated on what cash was left when the police caught him. Crazy times. Please, ladies, if you are shopping in the Applewood Shopping Center, be very careful. I learned this today. It happens very often there. The thief was from the people living in the woods from around the area.
Was this here in Seneca?
Yeah.
Yeah, Applewood Shopping Center. That happened. We've also had an issue that happened, I think, yesterday down at Hartwell Village, where there was an individual that had gotten stabbed or cut up, was going in and out of the businesses down at Hartwell Village. So they had that issue yesterday. Listen, the last couple of days, the Oconee County Sheriff's Department has been working their tail off. We've had a high-speed chase. We've had that. But, we've started off the new year with a bang in Oconee County.
You know what my wife does and what she taught my daughter? She takes her purse and uses the shoulder strap and ties it onto the cart. And I remember I saw that several years back. And I said, what the hell is that for? She said, nobody's going to get my purse. And I believe it,
We do want to congratulate I'm sorry, go ahead, Kathy, and then I'll come back with what I got.
It's also good to wear it over your shoulder.
Yes.
Want to say congratulations to one of our listeners and good friends to the program, David Dial, who is now on the is it Sewer Commission?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Yep, he is now for representing the city of Walhalla to the Sewer Commission. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, hold on. It was not on the front page of the paper today. Where was it? I saw.
So when was it announced?
Today.
Yeah, I saw it's in the paper, but I don't know what page it was on.
Congratulations.
Walhalla City Council confirmed David Dial as Tally Grant's replacement on the Oconee Joint Regional Sewer Authority Board, representing both Walhalla and Westminster. And our good friends at the Journal have more on that coming up tomorrow in the paper. So
I think he'll do a good job.
Good job.
I do. I have got to meet him and talk to him on many occasions, and I think he is a great individual, and I think he will represent the interest of Walhalla and Westminster diligently. And
that's a really good testament for. He is putting himself in a seat to do something good. He's not going to sit there. David, I know you're listening. And don't make a liar out of me. When you get to your first meeting, for the love of God, do something. And just say boo, hi, vote, say, yeah, I'm here. I'm ready to get started. Anything. Just don't sit there like something not on the log. That obstinance is over for the real people.
I agree. I agree.
He spent way too much time on getting some of this stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But at least he listened to me about his camera because he does look much better than previous shows.
Oh, yeah.
He's in color now where he was washed out and stuff. Oh, God, get that. Like, get your teeth out of the camera.
I think I got hit by a van the other morning here in Seneca.
Hey, you know what? Randy and I made a deal. If Randy was going to start reading the local paper, I could start talking about the January 6th transcripts.
And
Did you know that Roger Stone took the fifth when they asked him how old he was?
Well, it's probably because
Really?
he's needy.
Did you know that Flynn, when they asked if he believed in a peaceful transfer of power, said, "I take the fifth"? Wow.
Well, it is what it is.
I agree. Same thing as he has. It is what it is.
It be, Mom, hey, what was the old saying? Mama says it bees that way sometimes.
Who said that?
They hoodwinked a lot of people. I don't think they're going to have the same luck going forward that they had before.
Are you referring to the
national stuff? Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, and the same with the people who are trying that same
Let me-
bullshit locally.
Let me ask this:
They're not going to get the same track.
There's a big rumor that they're having a meeting. Is that what you heard too?
Well, somebody sent me an email earlier
In February.
and it says that
They're having a get together. Guess where they're having their get together at, Chris?
Three Amigos.
No.
Sapphire.
Think. Where would they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Blue Pub Blue. I need to go there.
So here's the thing.
I'm going to charge my hearing aids up, and I'm going to go in there and I'm going to be just like this so I can get all the intel from my fans.
Well, but here's the thing. This new year, new me, new logo and stuff. I saw that the OCC LLC has a new logo, and they use a moon as part of it. Now, Kathy, you'll appreciate this, and you should probably appreciate the whole moon aspect because it's very feminine. That it's a feminine type symbol, right?
It's 8 o'clock.
I heard that too. Hey, I got 2 new clocks.
But just like your clocks have a cycle, so does the moon, and so do women, and it's symbolic.
Exactly.
And using the color blue instead of red. Why the big change? Why are they going from red to blue? They couldn't make it with the mainstream Republicans, so they're going to come over, try to use some of the blue from the. One guy said you don't have to be Republican to be conservative, but you got to be conservative to be a Republican, or something. I don't know.
Guys, I've decided that what we're going to do for Let's Talk Oconee SC's logo, we're going to have a picture of Oconee, out of the map, and I'm going to have a pineapple turned upside down.
I love it. I love it. Oh man.
Well, guys, anything and gals, anything else that we need to discuss? I know that coming forth this year, we've got plenty of things to talk about. We want to become more interactive. That's why we do have our telephone number up that you can actually call anytime, by the way, and you can leave a message if you want to reach us. If you've got a concern or comment, or if you just want to leave us something. Hey, we love those late breaking news tips. That number, by the way, is 864-973-7559. And we have our email address too at letstalkoconee@gmail.com. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about show times and stuff. We have been working on a live show on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. And for the most part, I believe, are we going to try to stick to that? There may be an occasion we have to move to Thursday to accommodate certain schedules.
So the only thing I have is every other Wednesday, I have to be at Trail Life with my Trail Life kids. I've made that commitment. So I like Wednesdays, but I can't do every Wednesday.
Well, what we
So does that mean that I can take Randy's time?
hell no,
Come on, man! I just asked.
hell no. Ain't no way in hell that I'm going to go do the show without my buddy. Because
Oh yeah. He's your protector.
just no, remember it's 4-4.
He's
It's two.
It's 2, but you know what I'm saying? It's four of us, 2-2.
And so, but real quick, while I'm still in some of Chris's thunder, I want to give a shout out to this super cool guy, just because he's a super cool guy.
Who, Chris?
Josh Roberts.
Oh,
I just want to say Josh Roberts is a super cool guy on the show. So, Josh, I know you're listening. I know it made your day.
so is he coming to do the show? He could fill in for you.
Yeah, maybe, man, that would be cool having him.
So I'm going to take nominations now for chairman of Let's Talk Oconee SC. I nominate Kathy Littleton.
I'll second that.
Ooh, I like
Chairwoman.
that.
We're waiting. I'm waiting for a vote.
I vote for that. I just want to be the creative director. I vote. That's 2 votes.
Okay, so I'm on the vote. So that's 3. So Kathy now's the chairman.
There you go.
Now,
Chairwoman.
chairwoman. All right, now
Chairperson.
I'm looking for a vice chairman. I nominate Chris Ruin.
Oh no! Please no. You know what? I have to think about it.
Look at this. Birds of a
I'll
feather
second that.
stuff.
I have to think about it.
Want it. He doesn't want it. Birds of a
No.
feather.
All right. All right. I take it. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry.
All right, Rainey, you got to vote. We have a second.
Oh Lord. I want those back. Those are mine. God.
I'm going to put it right here at this white notebook.
Where's my siren? I forgot about that. I want my siren back.
Hey, and like we say in Texas, come and take it. It's right there with the notebook.
Chris, I'm going to have to charge you, bring that siren to you. It's going to be $300, but I'll bring it to you. Well,
Hopefully things are going to get better with these guys. I'm hoping people are going to make decisions. That's what I hope.
I hope that, but again, like I said, the next county council meeting's coming up, I think next week or week after next. And again, the most important thing that we've got is not only a fire contract that's got to be approved or disapproved, but I do want to touch on the final topic tonight, Sewer South. And let me start off by saying,
well, that's going right in the drain.
Yeah, it's going right in the drain. So back around the 1st of December, the old pea picker himself, Tony Adams, came before county council.
Why are you giving that guy any
Hold on.
airtime?
I need to, because I kind of want to set this theme on this. Just hold your horses over there.
Get your book, Chris. Get your book ready.
Get your book ready.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Tony Adams walked
Bacon
in.
is $4 a pound at Food Line.
Okay.
Go, Chris.
cheaper
Here we
than
go.
eggs.
Here we go.
Go, Chris. Read one.
What? What? Read
Read
I
down
was
your
laughing.
I object.
Do you think about what I think about the pea picker?
Yeah, well, let me finish what I was going to say.
I
So-
agree. I think that's the only thing we should do. That's some respect. Randy's not like that.
But hold on. Let me finish. So the pea picker walks in and starts talking about, well, we need to hold on and hold about another 90 days on this thing because this thing came in a little bit over budget here. And I think that's the best idea. So here we go. We hold it over. And Julian, does his little homework and everybody starts talking about it. So we need to, and that's exactly what the council did.
Pineapples are $2.19 at Food
But
Line.
then all of a sudden, Julian gets blasted by the pea picker for holding up progress.
That's
Now you
because that
tell
guy,
me.
that's because he can't remember what he says from one week to the next in that stupid rag. Nobody reads it. I can't.
No,
get
I
that.
do, because he was telling me about how I was colluding with all these elitists and in secret, and I'm like, I don't even know who the hell the people he was talking about.
Well, but that was like 17 and a half paragraphs deep. I don't read that far.
Oh well, I
I fall
do.
asleep, man. I tried to read that thing, and I sat there on the toilet. My legs fell asleep. I had to call the EMS, and Next thing you know, all my buddies is there, and I'm sitting there numb legs on the toilet.
Well, I don't read it. I just search for ruin. And then I read it 3 or 4 times.
That's the sound of money going down the drain right there.
But I mean, that dude was he embarrassed me, man. I was sick of trying to read that thing, and my legs fell asleep. And the next thing you know, the fire department had to come and get me off the toilet. It was terrible.
It's amazing.
But hey, what do you think about this warm weather, though?
Well, last week we were freezing our kahunas off, and now I've got the air conditioner on in the studio, and it's 69 degrees outside. So it's global warming.
All it did was bring out the stink bug.
Not only stink bugs, but there's a lot of folks has norovirus. The stomach bug is rampant right now. Everybody I know. So do yourself a favor and wear rubbers on your hands so that you don't get it.
Wear rubber anywhere you need to wear one, right?
Hey, you guys can't forget the annual council awards are coming back in February, so get your nominations in. You can put them in Santa's mailbox.
Have y'all seen the Aldi ad?
That's what Julian said.
Oh man, so Aldi is in the you walk around the outside and they got groceries, but in the inside back there they got these little bins of stuff. They have
it's
right
called
here. The Isle of Denial, I guess, right? But anyway, right here they've got
Shame.
Isle of Shame, yeah. Well, they've got an entire pineapple bathroom get up, and it's on sale right now.
Well, you know that I've got that huge sign when certain.
Well, no, but an upside down pineapple shower curtain is $14.99. the Huntington home, but they've got a for the elitist in the room, like Chris, they've got a upside down pineapple towel warmer.
There you go, you elitist with that towel warmer. Just remember.
Well, at least he's asleep.
Sounds like money to me.
That's right.
He's had way too much fun. Hey, I've had fun tonight, folks. I'm glad to have everyone back on the show. New year, new us. Well, it's still the same old us, but glad to have everyone back and looking forward to 2023. It's going to be a hell of a year.
So, hey, how many shows does this make?
1.
For all of us, 2021. What is it?
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Hang on.
I can't believe it. We've lasted this long.
This will be show number 24.
Wow.
Yes, this will be show number 24.
In 2023.
Mm-hmm. So we're doing good.
Yeah, and we've had 24 shows. We closed out 2022 with 24 shows.
And I can't wait till next Friday. I want to hear this podcast.
Maybe we need to simulcast it.
I think we should put it out there. Let's give that guy every bit of support that he deserves.
I agree with that.
Let's make sure all our listeners get to hear what he has to say.
I like it. I think that's a great idea.
I mean, we give Riley in the newspaper that rag that never says anything. That's what the OCC says about the Seneca Journal, right? Is that they're terrible. They never do anything right.
The Seneca rag, yeah,
right. And
it's the pea picker that calls them the rag.
The rag, that's right. Yeah,
Jerry Edwards rag.
Well, here's my point.
Yep,
is we take that rag, and most of the stuff we talk about is articles from that. So if this guy's going to give us another legitimate news source, we should take and dissect it the same way we do the Journal and give our perspective on what he has to say.
You know what? That is a great idea.
Yeah. Well, coming up next week, as Days of Our Lives continue on Let's Talk Oconee SC, show next week, Thursday. Is that good for you?
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday. So if you're okay with that, Chairwoman and Vice Chairman of Let's Talk
Absolutely.
Oconee SC, then
Absolutely.
we will adjourn this meeting until next Thursday at 7 o'clock. And also, too, if you missed the show in its entirety, it's available right now on our website at letstalkoconeesc.com. And
it's only $5.
no, it's free for the next few weeks. I'm not going to charge anybody.
But hey, if you order now, we'll throw in next week's show.
Absolutely free.
You just pay the shipping and handling
Of only $19.95. Number 864-973-7559. That's the number to call. And maybe on next week's show, we're going to have the flea market.
Oh,
where the OCC can call, buy, sell, swap, or trade.
And another thing, though, is I want to report some vandalism.
Uh-oh.
I may have wrote Oconee whistleblower at proton.org or net, whatever it was.
Yeah.
On every bathroom stall in every rest area I stopped at, but genuine asbestos in the back.
Oh,
I love it.
That's
And you know, and a little advertisement on what they're really good for. So enjoy.
All right. Have a great week, everyone.
Great work.
all right. Bye.
Great, Kathy. I love doing it
All right.
with my Sharpie.
Let's Talk Oconee is a presentation of LakeKiwiRadioOnline.com. Folks, have a great one, and thanks for joining us tonight.